What is going on, Ben Nation? I appreciate each and every one of you guys so much. We've got some big announcements to happen. We're going to get to it right away. Thank you so much for the support so far. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified of future content, and make sure that you leave a comment, because that's how the videos trend. Making sure you like it, making sure you leave a comment. That's interaction, and those interaction points, those matter, and that gets more people looking at this content, which leads potentially to more investors. And that's what it should be all about. But let's get into the biggest of the big news right now, because it's been announced that this is your official announcement. We are doing a V2. So there will be a V2 for your Ben tokens. Thus far, there's been very little information that's come out about it so far. You know, I made a post yesterday, but we don't really have information in which to go on. All we have is what Ben is saying here, that we are doing a V2. Now, some of you might be asking the question, well, why? If we voted no on it, is there going to be a V2 anyway? Didn't this just happen with Terrarium, and didn't it really dunk the price on them? Well, the answer to that is yes. Why it's being done is because it has to be done. Why it was voted on is because I think that BitBoy really wanted to get the feel for the room before he made the decision on what was going to happen, and it just did not end up working the same way that you may have thought it should have if you're BitBoy. Like, I think that you thought that people would be gung-ho for a V2, because generally when it happens, you see like a nice little price pump, stuff like that. But I think people just really, they don't want to keep having new versions of tokens because it doesn't really enhance what they're doing. They don't understand that. So, but we're doing a V2, and I do think this will be fine. This is not like some other projects that don't have any kind of means or wherewithal to get things done. This is a decent team that has the ability and the capacity and the exposure to make something specific happen. And the reason that they're limited right now is because of the V1 contract and the limits that were placed upon it when it was created by someone else, by the way. So this very well could be the dawn of a brand new thing. Now, liquidity for Ben doesn't unlock for 3 months. So I'm not really sure why the announcement's happening right now, what exactly is going to happen here. The pieces are all being put together. That does mean, by the way, that you might see some lower price action. Let's go look at the price, and we can see here that this is when this is when it was all done right here. So if you're looking, then you can see from here down through here. That's the result of V2. That's the result of it. So not a lot of support for it at this point. It doesn't mean that it won't be supported and that a lot of people won't be looking at it saying, oh man, that was a big mistake. It does mean that people were not a fan of it in its first discussion here, and thus here we are continuing to decline and hit and get to new bottoms and new lows. Now, if you're a holder, I know that you're thinking that there should be a lot more to it, and there's a lot more positivity coming. And look, something changed when not to the way they've been telling you, but to the way you've been listening. Because this whole time, Ben and Cassie have been telling you this is a long-term project, and if you're just here for a short pump, this may not be the thing for you. So that might mean that there's some weight coming or some pain coming. But the end result is BitBoy Crypto is one of the biggest names in cryptocurrency, one of the top influencers in all of the cryptocurrency space, and potentially that makes him a beacon, and that beacon might get set off at any time, and you might see a significant run. Now, what this also means is that a whole bunch of babies that were not here. Look, these are the people who didn't want to be here to begin with. They just wanted to steal your Ethereum. And I hope that you guys understand that. And I hope this gets shared with everybody. These people that sold out on you yesterday, they were not here because they believed in the process, that they believed in what was going on. They were here because they thought they could steal Ethereum from you. When the price goes up, they sell and bring the price back down. But the value of their tokens goes up, and they now have more money. That's what they're doing. That's why they're doing it. What we need are more floor investors who are willing to hold on for the long play. And that, it takes a little bit of time. We have a whole bunch of pump and dump chumps that were just holding on because they were like, they were here because of ETHBEN or whatever reason that they had. They were here for they weren't here for the reason that Ben would like them to be here for, and that the team would like them for. So I hope that, and I know it took a long time for me to get there, but that's really what it comes down to, is those people, they weren't going to be here at the end anyway. This is a building process, and we need to build on it. So overall, the volume 2.4 million over the day, market cap about 20 million. And for those of you that did come in and support me, I've talked to BitBoy multiple times, right? Never about doing something here on my channel or anything like that. But he did reach out to me because a lot of people were in chat saying, why are you not like the guy that's telling the news and saying stuff and stuff like that? Because BitBoy doesn't appear to have the time to dedicate to this, and I do. So this was his statement here. We just aren't adding YouTube partnership, but when we do, you'll be at the top of the list. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys for that purpose. So just want you to know that I've stayed faithful. I'm maintaining myself on the project here, and I do hope that at some point that faith does get rewarded. But if it doesn't, it's okay, right? I'm still going to produce content for you guys. We're still going to talk about it as long as there's something to be out here talking about. So finally, there's one more piece, and I want to get to it. And this is kind of, I just want to say that this is probably pretty embarrassing, not for us, but this is one of the more just ridiculous, pedantic sort of things that I've ever seen here. Bybit, and look, they're partnered, by the way, with a whole lot of different people, and at one point they may even been partnered with BitBoy. I am partnered with them myself, so this does not come off as but here, hey, Bybit official, here is your vote contest winner. Now remember, there were 30 million votes for this NYM project, and nobody ever heard of. Somehow miraculously came up with all the votes to win, and now literally has done $7,500 worth of volume in 24 hours. That is an embarrassment, right? NYM is a joke. They cheated. They did, and supported them. You need to make this right. This is what he's telling Bybit, right? Bybit, of course, they deleted the chat. They did everything that they could to just get to just walk away from the whole problem. Well, then Dominic Vemp, if you follow me, then you know Jake Gagan. If you know Jake Gagan, you know that Dominic does a show with Jake Gagan, usually on Mondays, where they talk about the cryptocurrency market, or Tuesdays, where they do all that talk, right? But Jake's traveling again, so living the dream. Good luck, BitBoy Crypto. I provided evidence to Bybit that our competitor paid for votes, paid to FUD Vemp, and had a Telegram full of bots with no real users, and they did nothing about it. The listing agent accepts bribes, just like all these other corrupt centralized exchanges. So because he is a large influence in this space, BitBoy Crypto is, of course, copying these guys to let them know, hey, we're on to you. What are you doing about this? So after posing questions in the Telegram group we've created with Bybit, they completely deleted the entire chat and closed the group. Something fishy is going on here. So there we go. I mean, this is what you're seeing happen right now. And then we move on to all that stuff. So guys, listen. There's a lot going on in the background. There's bribery. There's deceit. There's all kinds of stuff happening with Bybit. Look, I don't believe much of that. But I'm watching it unfold in front of my eyes. I like to believe in the best in all people. So seeing it unfold, I really don't like it. But it is what it is. And as far as V2 goes, when we have more information, and I do think that BitBoy's going to make a video on it very, very soon. We'll have a lot of clarity on it. So in the meantime, just have a little patience. If you sell, you sell. You weren't going to be here at the end, and that's okay, right? The project is funded by you trading. So if you buy and you sell, I don't care. That's how the project gets funded, right? So you saying, well, I'm going to sell my bag, cool, do it. Buy back later. No, or don't buy back later. Somebody else will. It's okay, right? So anyway, this is not financial advice. My name is BLEEVESCRYPTO. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will talk to you again very, very soon.